What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about the market in a very concise manner, talk about a couple of things coming out for next week, and break down some very important developments on some of the charts. But before I begin these all this information, let me just say that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500 into the account, you are guaranteed 20 free stocks. Put in $25,000 or more and you're guaranteed 75 free stocks. Anyways, looking at SPY, we're seeing some weakness in the charts thus far. I just want to remind you guys that we have a very short week ahead of us next week. The market is only going to be open for 4 days next week. It's going to be closed on Monday because of President's Day. So that's going to be very important. When we come back, there's not really much coming out for Tuesday, but for Wednesday, we also happen to have the FOMC minutes. And that's going to be very important. The FOMC minutes will give us more insights about what the Fed is going to do on Wednesday. So watch for that. It's coming up in just a couple of days. And then besides that, it's just the same data we typically have. Friday is going to be a quiet day, but we have a lot of data for Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday are heavy data days. Tuesday and Friday are kind of like weaker data days. We also have something else that's very big that's coming up. I want to remind everyone that for the earnings of next week, on Tuesday, we just have like Walmart, the Home Depot, and a lot of these other retail stocks announcing their earnings thus far. But for Wednesday, on Wednesday, after the market closes, we have the one, the only Nvda stock announcing its earnings. This is going to be very important. Nvidia could dictate the entire market. Nvidia could move the QQQ like crazy. If Nvidia pumps, the market could pump and have a very strong end to the week, regardless of where we are. If Nvidia crashes and Nvidia sinks down, whether it's guidance that causes that or something else, it's not going to look good. Now, historically, Nvidia pumps after earnings. Most of the time, that's what's been happening for the last couple of quarters. Nvidia is very strong and it's very resilient. So be careful. Be careful with this. Well, I can't promise anything, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes with that. So I just want to warn you guys for Wednesday, Nvidia has its earnings. What are we seeing on the charts so far? To me, SPY is looking a little bit weaker because we have a double top-like formation. Could this be forming a cup and handle where we just kind of like curl over here for a couple of days and push up thanks to Nvidia? Or are we about to downtrend? To really get that answer, if SPY loses 494, we turn bearish. If we continue to hold above it, there's still some hope for it to try to rebound. Otherwise, for now, I anticipate that it might kind of like rebound a little bit in the morning, whether it's during the pre-market on Tuesday, and then it might just continue to sink because there is some bearish momentum. But we'll see what Wednesday causes. Wednesday is going to be the most important day after the market closes. So I'll be watching for that. For the QQQ, it's the same setup. It looks kind of weaker because we have this high here and we established a lower high. So I'd be very careful with it. This could be very significant, but it's going to be heavily dictated by NVIDIA. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's really the best thing we could do. I'll go over NVIDIA in a second. We're trying to base at 429. If we lose this, 427 is next. QQQ is still showing some weakness. Going back to NVIDIA, not NVIDIA, NVIDIA, pretty funny stuff. NVIDIA, in my opinion, is looking very indecisive. Okay, we have our resistance, 740, support at 725. Last 3 days, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if we lose 725 on Monday, or not Monday, Tuesday, we could turn bearish and it could start breaking down. If we hold it, we're going to be pushing back up to at least this imbalance at 734 and eventually back up to about 740. That's what we're going to be watching for. Do we break down or not? Otherwise, it's just range bound for now. How about Tesla? How is Tesla looking, in my opinion? Tesla is kind of mixed. Now, you could argue that Tesla's kind of like forming a flag right now, like a nice little flag that's going to lead to a breakout. So I could draw this out just for now. But I would still be very careful with Tesla because it could be impacted by SPY and these other tickers. And if SPY and the QQQ show weakness, this could still affect it. So from what I'm seeing, I'm going to actually redraw this. Give me 1 second, guys. Right over here, with this flag forming, I'd still be careful. Anyways, going back, I still see this formation on the charts. There's still a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure. So there is still potential for Tesla to kind of like consolidate and eventually get a breakout from its flag and push up to try to fill that gap. But in order for that to happen at this point, if SPY is weak, and let's just say the QQQ is weak, How on earth could Tesla do that? The answer is we need a bullish catalyst. We need some bullish piece of news to come out, particularly during next week. Hopefully next week, something has to happen and it's going to help Tesla push up. I don't know what the news is going to be. I don't know for sure if it's going to come out, but that's what Tesla's going to need at this point, because if SPY and the QQQ start to weaken a little bit, especially approaching Nvidia's earnings, that could be a little bit troublesome. Now, maybe Nvidia could help this thing push. That's a possibility, but there has to be something. That's how I'm basically saying this, because if the broader market is showing weakness, Tesla will follow the trend unless there's something to interfere and we get that catalyst. So the technicals, the pattern looks bullish. It does still look like we could rebound and fill that gap. 207 and eventually 212 could come. But for now, Tesla closed below 200, showing a little bit of weakness, could be forming a flag. So I just want to warn you to be a little bit careful with the stock. It still has potential, though. That does not really change. And then last but not least, the last stock I'm going to be talking about, at least for the time being, is going to be Aapl. Aapl in my, excuse me, guys, I apologize. Aapl, not looking that great. Now, one thing you'll notice is that Aapl historically has very strong support around 178 to 180. That's where we have this very, very nice support. And then when you zoom in like this, you will notice that we're approaching some critical support. Now, I don't know if Apple's going to base on 182, and if it's going to try to like bounce from here, from this nice like double bottom like formation. I don't truly know yet, but it is still a possibility. And if we lose, either 180 or 178, we could turn a lot more bearish. I don't think it's going to lose that. I do think it's going to try to bounce soon, but that could also depend on the FOMC minutes on Nvidia and the others. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we're approaching some critical support around 180. I'll be watching to see how it ends up performing. The trend is still bearish. This thing is still sinking. So please be very careful. If we lose 181.36, 180 is coming next. If we bounce off of this, we could rebound towards 184. So I'll just be very patient nonetheless. Anyways, I just want to conclude the video from here. I'll be talking more about the markets a little bit later on. I want everyone to have a really great day and a great weekend. So use it as a time to just kind of like relax and clear your heads. I know I have to clear my head if anything, but as a part of trading, please remember that what you do outside of trading is very important and it does affect your trades. So if you're wasting too much time and not really taking care of your health, it could really impact your ability to concentrate, wake up on time, and identify what has to be done, because trading requires a lot of concentration and such. So that's the reason why I really enjoy just like going for walks around large bodies of water, whether it's the ocean, whether it's going to a park. I oftentimes do that, and I really recommend finding something else that helps you relax. So do what you have to do, guys. Remain calm, cool, and collected. Always, always, always do what's best for your own self and your family, and never give up. All right. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care and peace out.